Hey there, CSS fans! Welcome to Sunday CSS, where I, Julia Metzen, create CSS art and animations. And today, I'm gonna show you how to achieve a plastic texture for social icons. So, grab the cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get started! I need two icon blocks. One of them is the Slack icon, and the second one is for Instagram. For Slack, I need 4 divs, and of course it's possible to draw this picture with fewer elements, but it will be more convenient to use 1 div per color. And for Instagram, I need just 2 divs. Let's say it's 10 pixels between all the elements. So I place the long one here from the center. And for the sausage-like shape, I use 99 yams because it will always be bigger than the side of this block. Smaller one is a square. I'm gonna use calc function a lot because I don't want to calculate. It's easier to just place all the blocks from the center, especially if we have the gap between them, which is around 10 pixels. So I'm gonna use calc function a lot. All other blocks are the same, just a different color. The easiest way to place other blocks is just copy paste the first one and rotate it from the center of the whole icon, but this way we have to define separate shadows for every block, and I don't really want to do this, so I draw all the blocks from the scratch. And if you want to try to rotate this block, you can easily do this. Okay, let's move to the Instagram icon. And the first div here is a square with an inner box shadow. I can't use a border because I can draw shadows on it. So I'm gonna use just inner box shadow for the shape. The second div is for the circle. I will follow the same approach but with a different shape. Again, it's not border, it's just inner box shadow because we can't draw shadows on the borders. And all of this plastic texture thing is all about shadows. And the point is an after solder element of the second element. Here I can use a background, not the box shadow. The light source is here, and I'll place the sun here for you to remember it because we really need to know where is the light source. And I don't have a plastic cube to show you how it works, but I have this plastic thing. However, the shape doesn't matter in this case. Here is the light source. First of all, look at the shadow. There are at least two different shadows. One is white, smooth and light, and there is a darker one here. This shadow has a slight tint with the blend of the same color as the object and the surface. Here you can see this, but for example, look at the cup shadow, it's pink. So all the objects have at least these two shadows. The more realistic picture you want to create, the more shadows you see. The second thing I want you to notice is the light and shadow on the surface. Plastic objects have a clear glare on the front edge and a clear shadow on the opposite edge. Edges on other materials have a different appearance. Let's return to our icons. They look different from plastic. So remember, we have to create at least two shadows on the surface of the table, and also we have created one glare on the front edge of our icon and the shadow on the opposite edge of our icon. So let's create these first two shadows, a white light shadow and a narrow dark shadow. We have the same icons, so we can use just one box shadow property for both of these icons. Okay, it looks pretty good. And same thing I have to do with every element that I have on a Slack icon. Well, it's not really a real plastic because the shadow is black, but it should be colored with the color of the block. And that's why I ask you to create div per color to use a custom property with the color. Well, okay, same shadows for Instagram icon. But for this one, I'm gonna use not a box shadow property, but a filter with drop shadow, because this is not the fully painted surface. It has the hole in the center. Okay, next thing that we have to do is adding glare and shadow on the edges. And these shadows also have to be colored with the color of the surface. So for green blocks we have to use green shadow, for blue blocks we have to use blue shadows. So the Instagram icon doesn't have edges. It's just like a wire or paste or something like this. Therefore, there are no clear glare and shadows on the edges, and the shadows are long and smooth. So, okay, we're almost done. Plastic is almost never sleek. It has its own roughness. So I used the SVG filter that I used in the Last of Us video. I laid this layer on the icon and the background surfaces with overlay blend mode. If you want me to explain how different blend modes work, write in the comments. So here we are, plastic icons in just a few minutes. Write in the comment what other materials you want to learn how to create. And the next video is gonna be about neuromorphism. You already voted on Twitter, Mastodon and LinkedIn about this, so it's gonna be something about learn everything about shadows. So like this episode, subscribe to my channel and see you soon. Bye!